From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I think Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We're at that time of year, huh?
I know.
Yeah. What are you going to do? We're done. I didn't even know when the last hot day was. You know, we had so many hot days. I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot. Now I don't even know when the last hot one was.
2 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. But do you remember what you did on the last hot day? Probably avoided it.
Wasted it. Took the day.
Yep.
Took advantage. Did not take advantage of the day.
Right.
Took the day for granted.
Yep.
Which I now look back on and, I wish I did more.
Yes. Yeah.
I wish I spent more time outside.
Yes.
I wish I jumped in the pool.
Yes.
I wish, you know.
Yeah. I bet you on that last hot day it was like, ugh, it's too hot to do anything today.
It'll be hot again tomorrow.
Yeah, don't worry. We got that. What's the summer?
And then you wake up tomorrow and it's raining.
Yeah,
and
it's
cold
raining.
and 15 degrees outside.
No, it's always when I wake. I always realize I've made a huge mistake when I wake up the next morning and my feet are cold. That's always, and I'm like, it's over. It's over. It's over. We've screwed it up. It's completely over now. I hate cold feet in the bed, but I sleep with my feet outside because the blankets hurt my toes.
What? What do you mean the blankets hurt your toes?
Sometimes I get a toe cramp. Like if I'm
you have like one of those weighted blankets?
No. First of all, Catherine has so many blankets on the bed. It's not even funny. Right? I sometimes think she's trying to mummify me. Right? It's extreme blanketing sometimes. Like extreme blanketing.
Yeah.
Last night I fell asleep. I had a sheet, a duvet, a blanket over the duvet, a folded blanket at the end of the bed, and then one of the blankets from the couch on top of me.
Hey, Matthew
That's
does
a
that.
lot. That's a lot of blankets.
That's too much.
It's too thick.
The
That
folded
sounds like
blanket at the end of the bed. What's the point of that?
Well, and you know what sucks about that
For
one
your
is
feet, probably.
Yeah, every now and then I get an ingrown toenail, right? I'm not ashamed. Happens to the best of us. You get an ingrown toenail. They hurt like hell. And you know what? When I lie in the bed, the weight of the blankets on my toenail hurts so much that I can't sleep. I have to take my feet out of the blankets, so I kick my feet out of the blankets, and then I get cold feet. It's not good.
Why can't you take that blanket that's folded at the end of the bed and fold it again so it's over your girlfriend?
Oh, because it's kind of pretty down there.
Oh.
Right? I kind of like the look of it.
Aesthetically, it looks great.
Aesthetically, yeah. It just hurts. That's all. And then if I sleep on my back and my feet are up in the air, right? This is why I can't sleep on my back, right? If I sleep on my back and my feet are up in the air, the weight of the blanket points my feet down, and then I wind up getting toe cramps. And then I'll wake up with a seized calf.
Sleep on your back and tilt your feet.
What, like a penguin?
Let me see it. Like how more?
Like tilt my feet. Like
if you're on your back, what I do is I'm on my back and I tilt my feet.
Tilt them to one side?
Yeah, that's
Who
weird.
can do that?
No, but then the blanket.
You'd wake up with cramps for sure.
No, because you know what? I'd be afraid I'd wake up and they stuck like that.
You have to walk that way?
I always look like I'm avoiding somebody.
I gotta go.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ton of birthdays today. If it's your birthday, you share it with Dr. Drew, 62 years old. Damon Wayans is 60.
Dr. Drew.
Mark Ronson is 45, but none of their birthdays matter. The only one that matters today is the one, the only Queen Bee, Beyonce.
That's true.
Celebrates her 39th birthday. One person tweeted and said, "It's Queen Bee's birthday, y'all. I can't believe I live in the same time period as this icon." Of course, Beyonce, let's just look back, reminisce on some of the greatest tracks she's ever given us.
I'll be your naughty girl. I'm calling all the girls. Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess. Brown skin girl, got skin just like pearls. Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. If I were a boy, baby boy, you stay on my mind, fulfill my fantasy. Come on, girl.
Yo, she's just been giving us nonstop, just nonstop hits for years and years and years, right?
Yeah.
And the celebration online started like as of midnight. So, Damnit Maury ended up reaching out to a bunch of Queen Bee's biggest fans that were tweeting up a storm overnight to get their thoughts on their queen's birthday. Listen to this.
Yes, Queen, it's Bay Day. How are you?
Oh my God, it is so exciting. Beyonce's Day. I feel like it should be a national holiday as far as I'm concerned.
What is the first Beyonce song that comes to your mind right now, and sing me a line?
Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now.
It's Beyonce's birthday, girl.
Happy birthday to the most celebrated female artist of our time. I'll just tell her how much I love her and how much she is doing such a wonderful job.
All right, you got to sing a couple of lines of your favorite Beyonce song for me. Go.
Brown skin girl, your skin just like pearls, the best thing in the world.
We're celebrating worldwide today. It's Bay Day.
What's up, B? Happy birthday, girl. You already know what it is. You know, Sasha Spears. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, get down with B-Day. You know, give me body. You already got me body. I love you, B. Have a good one.
Oh, it wouldn't be a party if we didn't get you to sing a couple of lines of your favorite Beyonce song.
And that's why I love you.
Need a better phone connection, bro.
Catch me when I fall, frozen off. While I love you.
The whole thing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we are celebrating today.
Yes! Oh, happy birthday, Beyonce. I love you so much. I am your biggest fan in my tax bracket, and I just hope you have a wonderful, spectacular, and amazing birthday. You influenced me.
Yes, Queen, we're celebrating.
Yes. I'm Beyonce, B-E-Y. Beyonce. I'm celebrating your birthday by streaming every single album. You have been a true icon in every single industry, and I'm just really happy that you just graced us with your music and presence. Thank you so much. I love you.
We got to celebrate. Sing a little bit of your favorite Beyonce song for us.
All my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, put your hands up in the club, jumping, my own new thing. Started,
Happy birthday, Beyonce!
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hey, Maya, how are you? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, guys, how are you doing?
Good.
So, Maya, you wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. I'm 30 years old, and I've had a lot of bad/traumatic experiences with relationships. After a while of being single, I finally met a guy who seems absolutely perfect in every way and somebody that I can see a serious future with. However, he recently disclosed to me that while he does want to get married and wants to have children and knows that he can keep me happy, he also wants an open relationship where once in a while, when he travels or goes out, he can do, quote, whatever he wants. I'm really trying to be open-minded about this because he's really great in every other way, but I'm not sure how I honestly feel about it.
Maya, how long have you and this guy been dating?
Few months.
Few months or 2 months?
Few months. A few months.
Oh, okay. Few months. All right.
Yeah.
And how's the relationship right now?
It's great. I have no complaints. We got close pretty fast, and it's probably the healthiest relationship I've been in so far.
No, it's not. I'm gonna go to the end, and then we'll go back and we'll tell you everything else. Okay. So first of all, end the relationship.
Okay.
Okay. End the relationship. This is okay. You can't be 2 months into a relationship with somebody and they already start hitting you with I think we need to come to an agreement of where when I travel or go out, I'm sometimes allowed to screw around on you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Because you know what? That to me sounds like he's been doing that already. Not necessarily with you, but maybe he's done that. Who knows? Maybe with you, but he's done that in the past.
This is not the person for you right now. Open relationships are, geez, man. I know they work, and I don't text me and everything else. But it takes two incredibly different kinds of human beings who can thrive in that open relationship situation. And this is not for people who are trying to save a relationship. Most open relationships, or people that I know that have had open relationships or tried it, they did it as a way to save their current relationship because they thought that that was the problem.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is, why don't we just go and get this out of our systems? And then, you know, we love each other and we got a great house and we got everything else. So why don't we just live like this for a while? Other people do it. It's great. They never work. They only work for people who are different kinds of people than you are.
Hey, Maya, ever since he mentioned to you that he wants his open relationship, right?
Yeah.
Anytime he's not around you, are you like constantly wondering what the hell he's doing and who the hell he's with?
Honestly, not in a very intense way. It does cross my mind, but I don't obsess over it.
Okay.
Does he want you to see other people as well?
No.
Oh.
So wait,
Maya,
hold on.
Maya,
So it's a
Maya.
one-way street just for him?
Maya.
Not that I'd want to, but I'd like to know that the option would be there. If
Yeah.
Maya.
But wait. But did you ask him that question?
I did.
Yeah.
And he said?
He wouldn't be comfortable with it.
Did you ask him why?
He said that he wouldn't want the mother of his kids to kind of screw around in that way when for him sex is literally
You do not
just
need this
one of
selfish SOB in your life, Maya. You're better than this.
Maya.
Come on, Maya.
You started your letter to us saying that you're 30 years old and you've had a lot of bad traumatic experiences with relationships. I don't know what those details are, and I can only hope that you are, getting the help and the support and the everything else that you need in your life. Okay?
I am. I'm in a really good place, which is why I'm so annoyed about this.
No, but you're not, because you're actually considering what you're telling us. And to me, this says that you are not over things. This to me says that this guy you're with may not do the horrific things that your other boyfriends have, but he's not good.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay? This is not a good guy.
Yeah.
This is not a guy that you want to fall in love with. This is not a guy that is going to be with you the whole way. A guy looking at you saying, hey, I think we need to come to an agreement, or when I go out once in a while, I can do whatever I want, and you need to not do that because it's gross.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Okay?
That's not right, Maya.
It's not. This is manipulation. This is a slippery slope to absolute controlling. And I think that even if you entertain these conversations, you are already letting him control you more than you need to.
Hey, did you
More than
say
you
to
should.
him, like, I don't want the father of my kids to be running around with, like, some next chick either?
Honestly, I haven't discussed it after that one discussion because I was just in shock, to be honest. It took a while to process it, and I don't want to talk about it with anybody because I knew what they were going to say.
What is the, what's a timeline from when you started, or I guess when your last relationship ended to when this relationship started?
Over a year.
Over a year, okay.
This is not. This is one of your. Chalk this up and put this in the pile of the bad traumatic experiences with relationships.
Yeah, you need to move on from this guy.
This is not the guy for you.
Okay, thanks, guys.
This is. I don't know. I think that you need to talk to somebody. I think that you have maybe something in you where you don't feel that you can speak up in a moment where really that is all you need to do is speak up. I think that you have to cross some sort of barrier or get over something or talk through something. I don't know what it is, but even you just right now thinking that this is a good relationship tells me that you, one, need to hit pause, two, get rid of the guy, and three, you got to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think I do need to talk to maybe a professional about it.
You do. 100% you do. We can tell you to dump a guy, but we can't fix this.
Right.
Not that you need fixing. When I say fixing, I mean that, you need to get on a path of healing,
Yeah,
right?
you need some guidance.
Yeah, you need some guidance, but you got to get rid of this guy.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
All right.
See ya. Love you.
We love you lots.
Hey, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, no.
I know we're talking about like decisions and everything, right?
Yeah.
It's Roz. It's Roz. It's always been Roz.
It's always been Roz. Don't tell your boyfriend that. Maybe that's why he won't give you a hall pass.
Because he knows you love Roz too much.
Yeah,
You can't
sounds
compete.
about right.
All right, Maya. Good luck, girl.
Thanks, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Here we go.
Damon Morey, who works here on the Roz and Mocha Show, went to a winery with his husband, Damon Matthew.
Lightweight is an understatement.
Know anything about the Damnits? Very lightweight when it comes to the alcohol department.
Right. And the plan was to share a glass, right? Or you each got your own?
We each got our own, and then we
Okay.
had one share glass.
Okay.
Oh,
Excuse
so
me.
a glass and a bit. And they had it arranged where there was like a picnic table set up in the vineyard away from everybody else because
good.
they brought the dog with them as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Little Andy Monroe.
Look at you, celebrity status, huh?
Well, it's because the dog barks at everyone.
Oh, true.
Andy, that's your poo bag. No.
Ew.
Oh, no. Never met a dog that likes to eat his own.
Let's dance in the vineyard. We dance in the vineyard.
You're not.
We have to.
You're making a scene. Please don't embarrass me.
It'll be romantic. Oh,
No.
like the Tulsa.
The what? The
Tulsa?
Tesla?
Tulsa?
The Tulsa.
What do you call it? Salsa. Can we just all agree? Can we just all agree that if we won the lottery, we're going to buy a winery? And
Oh my
we'll
God.
like
Okay, we're gonna have red grapes and white
green
grapes.
grapes.
White or green?
Green grapes.
But it's white wine.
Woo! Wine. What?
Oh my God, he wants water. He's asking you for water.
No, but what color are grapes?
They're green or are they white? They're green.
Merlot. And we'll have like one row of grapes, and
The
just
dog needs
and
water.
No,
Maury, I'm going to smash that bottle on your face.
Wow. Love.
no, but honestly, literally,
He's asking for water.
hold on, but listen to me. We would make like 2 bottles a year, and it's a specialty. Like people would line up for it. Can we discuss the title?
Of what?
The wine.
The wine. Okay, what would we call it? Butterflies and...
Oh, butterflies and butterscotch.
Okay, hold on a second. 2 things. Number 1,
Wow.
that is a gross sounding
Yeah.
name for a wine.
Yeah.
Second of all, that poor ass dog
I know.
barking in the background. All he wants is water, and y'all are arguing
Yeah.
about grapes.
Yeah. Do you know what it's like? Could you imagine the dog sitting there, like watching you two just take baby sips off of like wine glasses in a field, and he's thirsty as hell, and you're like, hold on a second. Butterflies and...
And then I guess this all followed up with a voicemail that. So what happened, More? You called yourself?
No, he called me.
Oh, he called
He
you.
called me. My
Oh.
phone started going crazy, and I didn't answer it.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually heard this voicemail yet.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm still trying to leave a message on your voice. I got Roz's voicemail. Okay, hi. Okay, hi, Roz. Note to self. Note to self. Okay. Note. Note. Hello. Note to self.
Oh, no. This is all off of a
I'm trying to
glass
make
and a
note
bit.
to self. Okay, Maury, you are awesome.
Write your post-it note.
I know, but I just wanted to leave a note to myself. Okay.
Did you leave?
We need almond milk. We need almond.
I think he left a voicemail on your voicemail.
Did you think that you were leaving this on your own?
Grapes like on the phone.
Oh.
Those are grapes on the phone.
But he said we got Roz's voicemail at the
They
beginning.
can touch the grapes. I'm sure they washed them before they put them in the bottle.
Oh, God.
Okay, over and out from Two Sisters Winery. And that was my note to...
Bro, one glass. One glass.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A lot of people upset today over the Academy Award announcing their new diversity and inclusion standards for 2024. And if people are upset, it's just simply because they can't read. There's a lot of fake outrage online. So beginning for the 96 Academy Awards in 2024, films vying for Best Picture must meet 2 of the 4 new standards to be deemed eligible. Okay, so Standard A requires a film submission for Best Picture to have at least one of its lead actors or significant supporting actors be from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group, or at least 30% of all actors in secondary and minor roles be from underrepresented groups. Standard B is focused on diversifying the creative leadership and crew roles, so that's the behind the scenes. Okay. Standard C is focused on the industry access, requiring that the film provide paid apprenticeships and internship opportunities for underrepresented groups, or training opportunities and skills development for underrepresented crew. Standard D requires a film's marketing, publicity, and distribution to have multiple in-house senior executives from underrepresented groups, so on and so forth. Okay, so you only have to qualify for 2 of these 4 in order to qualify for the Best Picture of the Academy Awards. Getting 2 is simple.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that where people are misunderstanding this is that they're looking at standard A, which requires a film submitted for Best Picture to have at least one lead actor or significant supporting actor from an underrepresented group. I think people are looking at that. And it's not the case, because this is to qualify. This is not what films will be judged on. I think that people are reading this and getting weirdly fake outraged because they think now that one of the criteria of voting is going to be how representative the movie is. And that's just not the case at all. You're not going to be judged on this. Right? You just have to get 2 of the 4 of these to be able to be nominated. Once you're nominated, the film is still going to be judged based on the artistic direction and the acting and everything else of the movie.
This is just the invite to the table.
Yeah, so you're not going to have movies where now the criteria to vote is going to be who used black actors better.
Right.
Like, that's not the criteria. It's just in order to be eligible to get to Best Picture, you have to nail 2 of these 4 new criteria, which is super easy to do. And it affects the industry more than it affects the filmmakers.
Right.
Like, most of these are directed to tell the industry to smarten the hell up, as opposed to the people who are actually making the movies. But this is a very simple thing to do. Nobody should be freaked out about this. There's a lot of outrage this morning over this, and I went digging deep, and I'm like, why are people so upset?
Because they didn't dig into
read.
the story. Yeah.
They didn't read.
They probably just saw the headline and was like, I'm going to be mad about this thing.
So stupid.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Masks are mandatory on flights, and this has been a big issue. However, there is a guy named, I believe his name is Michael Richards, and he's an entertainer, maybe a comic. And he's going viral because the rules are the rules. You got to wear your mask when you're in the airport. You got to wear it getting onto the plane. When you're seated in your seat, you got to wear your mask. When you go to the bathroom, you got to wear your mask. When you get your luggage, you got to wear your mask.
Yeah.
The only rules are if you were eating or drinking, you don't have to wear your mask.
Okay.
So he was on a 4-hour flight, and he had a container of Pringles.
Okay. Okay.
And as he was sitting there, he did the math on the amount of Pringles that were in the can. He said there was about 100.
Okay.
With a 4-hour flight. That meant that he could have a Pringle every 4.5 minutes.
Y'all desperate to keep those masks off, huh?
Which is exactly what he did. And he made 1 can of Pringles last an entire 4-hour flight, and he only wore his mask onto the plane, and then he had to put it back on while he was getting his luggage from the overhead container. But he wants you to know that he is not anti-mask. He just wanted to see if he could do it.
He's just pro Pringle.
He's pro Pringle.
Wait, so did he, for every Pringle he ate, right?
Yeah.
He made that 1 Pringle last 4.5 minutes before he took the next one?
Little bites. I don't know how you do that.
You're a hero, sir.
Either little bites or really slow chew.
Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know what would be easier, to do little bites of 1 single Pringle or put the whole Pringle in your mouth and then just chew it for 4 minutes.
No. I say little bites.
Little bites. All right.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hey, Jenny, how are you? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing good. All right, Roz, Jenny needs our help. Actually, more importantly, your help, because you would be the expert in this department. I'm not trolling. Don't look at me like that.
Are you having a hard time being gorgeous?
No. I can't be even with you right now.
Okay, so go ahead.
Jenny says here, can you tell people what they should be doing right now with their dry-ass lawns? Like, what are we supposed to do in the fall to make it green again next year?
Okay.
And Roz, the resident lawn expert on the Roz and Mocha Show here.
Okay, so your lawn is right now, it's currently dried out?
So the back lawn isn't too bad, but there are patches of yellow with only weeds growing out. And then the front lawn is just it just doesn't look great. There's a lot of dry spots in it, and it just looks like it's thin.
Okay, so if you have, right now, lawns should be growing like crazy. This is the time of year where lawns are going bananas. This is their busy season. So if you are in, your neighborhood and your lawn is still brown, that's a dead lawn, not a dormant lawn. Right. So, so what you should do, and you're almost at the point of where you're a little bit too late, but if you do it today or tomorrow, you may be okay. And that is to just go and get a rake and rough up all those spots where there's dead grass in there. Buy a bag of peat moss and some really good grass seed, and just sort of fill in those spots and throw some seed down on the lawn, and then water. and then hope for the best. And when you can fertilize after 2-3 weeks after that, and then hopefully you get a decent lawn. But right now, what can you do? There's stuff you can do, but you're not going to have a magnificent lawn by spring if you just do the bare minimum now. You need to do a lot of work if you're at this time of year and you got a brown lawn.
Jenny, much like you, in my front yard, because we live on a corner lot, so everyone that walks their dog by...
Yeah, dog pee's the worst.
The dogs pee on the grass.
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't even care. But there are like 3 massive spots of like just dry grass. And much like you, Jenny, in that dry grass, there are weeds that have been popping up that I'll go and yank every single time, but they keep coming back.
And clover.
Oh my God, clover is my enemy. I have so much clover, and I have so much
everywhere.
like different clover. I don't even know how to get rid of it.
I will say this. If you really want to get rid of weeds and you really want to get rid of clover, your choices are this: to use chemicals, okay, or you're going to live with them.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 options. There's no natural remedy for these weeds. Okay, you need chemicals that are specifically designed to kill specific weeds. And I don't know how you feel about using chemicals on your lawn. Some people are okay with it. Some people are not. That is your own choice. But when you're talking things like hardcore weeds and crabgrass and clover, they are notoriously difficult to kill.
Yeah.
And ripping them out does nothing because the root system is still in the ground. So it will always come back. The only thing you can do is put down a pre-emergent in the fall, and then you prevent your crabgrass and other weeds from even germinating next year. That's how you prevent weeds. And then you get a nice big thick lawn, and then hopefully moving forward, the lawn itself just chokes out most of the weeds.
Okay, grass seed though. Does it matter which grass seed you're actually putting down? Because there's like 100 out there, like new grass seed and like all of these other ones.
It's one of the most important things. Okay, I'll put it this way, right? When you look on a bag of grass seed, they should be able to tell you every single thing that's in there, okay? So if you're looking at, say, ryegrass, right, which is what I have, but most people have a mix of ryegrass, a little fescue, they'll throw some Kentucky bluegrass in there, everything else, right?
Kentucky blue is my favorite, by the way.
It takes forever to grow, though.
I know,
it's a real problem. It's a bugger. So here's what I'll say. Does grass seed matter? Yes. If you can't see on the label something that reads 0 weed seeds or 0 foreign seeds, those 2 things, 0 weed seeds, don't trust that bag, because a lot of the ones that you buy in some of the bigger stores, they don't guarantee that, okay? And why is that important? We'll do the math on this. Let's say there is 0.1% of weed seeds in a bag. You're going to look at that and you're going to go, oh my God, that's a tiny little amount of weed, right? A pound of ryegrass seed, okay, 1 pound has about 280,000 seeds in 1 pound.
Damn.
Okay, so when you start doing the math of putting down, say, 10 pounds, you're putting down a lot of weeds. So you need to go and find grass seed that has really, that offers 0 weeds. And I know Home Hardware is one place, some home hardware stores, they have the sort of fill yourself bulk bins.
Oh, yeah.
And the seed that they have is a company called Spear Seeds, which is really good seed, 0% weed seeds in there.
Okay, good to know. I have another stupid question.
Sure.
The sprinkler, does it matter if you're using which type of sprinkler you're using? Does one actually make your water your grass a little bit better than the other one?
You have the oscillating one or the shotgun one. I don't think. I mean, for me, I like both. What you want to do is you want to get the right amount of water down, and a lot of people think that watering it a whole bunch of times in a day for smaller periods of time is the way to go, and that's the wrong way to go. What you want to do is you want to water shorter amounts of time for longer periods of time.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on how big the piece of land that you're trying to water is.
So do this. Take a can of tuna, right? An empty can of tuna, throw it in the lawn, put the sprinkler on, time how long it takes to fill that can of tuna with that sprinkler, and that'll give you an inch of water. That is the amount of water you need per week on your lawn. So figure out how long it takes to put down an inch of water on your lawn, and then divide that, go every other day, sometimes twice a day on those days when you are watering.
Okay, thank you so much. That's so helpful.
Cool.
Yeah, hopefully it all comes back a little bit better next year.
All right, cool.
Thanks, Jenny.
All right, thank you.
Take care, girl. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just play along with this one, okay?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Hi, it's the Roz Mocha Show.
Hey, this is Victor. I felt like I was listening to an episode of Law and Order Special Grass Unit.
And then what?
Maury, that's all you got. You had one joke. You had one joke.
Maury wasn't expecting a follow at all.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Some schools have started up once again this week. Some are starting up next week. There's still a lot of confusion between schools, teachers, parents, kids with what's happening once they get into that building.
Class size is still the number one thing that everybody's talking about, and we haven't even got to the biggest school board in the country yet, which is here in Toronto.
Ontario Minister of Education Stephen Lecce is on with the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. How are you feeling these days with everything that's happening in the province?
Yes, with everything happening. Look, I'm honestly, I feel pretty inspired just by the resolve and the response of the parents, the community, the students going back. And look, we've made a great amount of gains as a province. So I feel like we've got a lot of momentum we've got to maintain. But I feel well. I just worry a little bit about those rising COVID numbers, and I think it's an urgency for all of us listening, for folks that with kids in schools and otherwise, to do our part to continue to flatten that curve so that, we can keep kids in class. That what happens in our community in the context of COVID risk, it's a reflection of what's going to happen in our schools. So we've just got to keep those numbers down.
The numbers that parents are concerned with right now aren't necessarily the COVID numbers. They're the class size numbers. And a lot of parents were expecting no more than 15 kids throughout the province per class, and that is just clearly not the case. And that is what people are wanting answers for right now.
Well, what we have done is to make sure that every school board in the province of Ontario can increase distancing and absolutely can hire more educators so that classroom sizes can come down, is why we put in place about $900 million to do that. Pretty significant investment, the largest in Canada, and every school board is doing that. What we have done is in high schools, in communities with higher risk, those classes are capped at 15. And as you can appreciate, they're on that blended model, that half and half online, half in class. For the elementary panel, we have worked with boards like Toronto District School Board. In those higher risk neighborhoods of Toronto, they have capped classroom size. They've reduced them right across in those communities. And we've actually worked very closely with, for example, TDSB, but other boards to help them with more distancing, because we want to see those classroom sizes come down. We just want to ultimately see the school be as safe as possible. The other thing to note is every single medical leader has urged us to look at this through the layers of prevention, not one action to the exclusion of the rest. You've got to have masking. We're the only province to do that in class. You've got to have an increase of cleaning and hand hygiene. We have a major investment of $100 million to do that. And of course, you have to have other things like improving airflow, ventilation, which is things that we're doing in a pretty significant way, over $50 million to do that. So we're going to continue to work with boards to keep them down and maximize safety in these classes.
Stephen Lecce is on the Roz and Mocha Show right now, Ontario Minister of Education. With what's happening in Vancouver right now, with their rollbacks, with what we've seen in Alberta, with some cases of COVID going through a couple of the schools, and then, of course, what's happening in Quebec right now, what is the plan if something like that, or we get to a point where cases increase by more than we expect with the school year?
Yeah, look, I think we have to be obviously prepared for a second wave, as you're noting, but even in the context of the flu. I mean, the flu season's around the corner. I spoke to the Minister of Education, New South Wales, Australia, which you may find it a bit curious speaking to someone from that part of the world, but they got hit by the flu season, of course, a bit earlier than us. And their advice was encouraging parents just to get their kids vaccinated across the board. But I think what we're looking for, the chief medical officer answered this question sort of yesterday, saying, there's a variety of circumstances that are going to drive the province to go to the next level. I think one of which is if we see community transmission continue to rise systematically, then we're going to have to look at additional levers, additional steps. Obviously, we're prepared and we stand ready if it gets to a point where we're putting families and kids and the staff at risk. Well, obviously, as the Premier has noted, we'll close schools again. I mean, I was the first Minister of Education to do it in this country in March. But I think we really need to work hard to avoid that and to prevent that, because I think that these kids need to be in school for their development, for their learning, for their mental health. And I think we just have a moral obligation. And honestly, there should be nothing more important than allowing our kids to go to school. And that's why yesterday, the Minister of Health, the Premier, and I, standing with the Chief Medical Officer, announced that we're putting a pause on any expansions to openings, expansions to groups, to social circles, the amount of people that can attend an event. We've just got to be very cautious and put these kids first.
What is the number? Do you guys have a number? Have you guys discussed this as far as what you would hit in order to pull the plug on the return to school?
Yeah, I mean, the chief medical officer yesterday didn't cite a number. What he said is, just for context, is, remember when we closed schools in March, the positive COVID cases back then were probably similar to the numbers they are right now. Mm-hmm. It's the future modeling that gave concern. And as you know, thank God we closed them in March, because the numbers were doubling every 3 to 4 days, which got well over 400 at one point. So, I mean, it's not a finite number. There's a few considerations, but I think what I just signal is, look, we didn't hesitate to act last time in the public interest and the safety of the kids. We'll do it again. We will do anything possible. The plan we've unveiled, it's comprehensive, it's fully funded, it's endorsed by the chief medical officer. And look, we'll do, when there's future concerns, we know that there's a flu season. We've set aside $50 million to respond to that. If we need to go further, I'm letting you folks know, and we'll do it.
We got a question from Roz Mocha fan Patrick, who wanted to know if it's mandated across the board, across the province, across every school board, that every school take the temperature of every teacher and student walking into that building.
Yeah, every single child that walks in, a school has to be conducted through a self-assessment that the parent will help lead. Every school before the child enters, there'll be a check-in to make sure they feel comfortable. They hand sanitize. School boards we have actually helped school boards buy temperature monitors for their kids, especially for those that have any symptoms. So there is a rigorous self-assessment tool, and I would argue, just given that we're entering the flu season and given the numbers we've seen so far in the community, we've got to make sure that our kids, before they enter schools, go through that assessment. If there are any symptoms, to keep them home. And I know most parents do this anyway, but I would just argue this year, please, err on the side of caution given what's at stake.
So the pictures that I'm looking at now, a lot of people posting pictures of what the classrooms look like, especially for the younger grades. And, it looks like that they've done their best. There's sort of pod seating, but there's no dividers on the tables. Everything is still a little too close. You can't look at that and think that this is a success. So what needs to happen in order to fix that? Because it seems that the teachers are always pointing their fingers at you, and the unions are pointing their fingers at you guys. You're putting it back onto the teachers. But ultimately, what needs to happen in order for these to be absolute safe environments? To me, a classroom needs to be safer than a Shoppers Drug Mart. And what I'm looking at, it doesn't look to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, I mean, in a classroom, unlike in any other private enterprise, I've heard that sort of expression or that comparison before. And I mean, in a classroom, we've cohorted the class where it's the same children every day, for the remainder of the school year. Whereas at any company, you could have, you may have a maximum of 50 in the space, but you could have that happen hundreds of times in a day. So we're creating different protocols within the schools. We've added public health nurses, which are going to make a big difference. We're doubling the amount of public health nurses to provide support, testing, screening, and obviously, if required, any symptom relief. But I think the fundamental thing that's going to happen over the coming days is once parents, all 100% of parents, finalize they're in class, if their kids are going to go remote, and that's their choice, and we're proud in this province to give them that choice. The bottom line is, once those numbers are known, I think school boards are going to be working hard to re-timetable, maximize distancing, and really try their very best, as they've demonstrated so far, that they can reduce classroom sizes. But it's not just about that element. I mean, I appreciate that's important. It is, and we're doing it in a pretty significant way. But we also have to make sure that the other fundamentals are present. I mean, we've enhanced our cleaning within our schools dramatically, and we're hiring well north of 1,300 custodians just to make sure that every single day these high touch points are cleaned. Mm-hmm. On ventilation, air quality, something the medical community said, look, that's really important. We've got to make sure airflow is strengthened. We put a major investment in to make sure that these HVAC systems and air quality filtration systems are brought in, that they're improved. And every board has done that for those older schools especially. So we're going to continue to focus on sort of those all fundamentals around keeping the kids safe and those layers of protection that the medical community really want us to get right to mitigate the spread in the class.
Thank you.
Stephen Lecce, Ontario Minister of Education, thank you for your time on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Awesome. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Billboard named Rockstar by The Baby and Roddy Ricch as their song of the summer. They released a list.
They're the definitive voice in Song of the Summer. Always has been.
Adore You by Harry Styles is number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Circles by Post Malone is number 9. WAP by Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion is number 8. Say So by Doja Cat is number 7. Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles is number 6. All according to streams, radio airplay, songs that were purchased, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Exposure to the song. Again, according to Billboard, these are your top songs, summer 2020. In at number 5, Roz. What did I not mention yet? In at number 5, and surprisingly, I thought that this was going to be number 1.
Okay.
On the list. Only because throughout the summer, on every single playlist that I've listened to on Apple Music, this song always came up.
Okay, hit me. Oh, yeah.
But this is, according to Billboard, number 5. Roses from St. John.
Mm-hmm.
Right? In at number 4, top songs of summer 2020.
Oh, yeah.
No debate, right?
No debate.
One that I'm really surprised at. I mean, it has like millions and millions and millions of streams on YouTube. But I'm actually kind of surprised that this is in the top 3. Jack Harlow, What's Poppin'? Dope song. I like it.
I'm spending this holiday logged in. My body got
Never heard this before.
You never heard this before?
No. How would I hear this song?
You're listening to the wrong playlist.
No.
Sound like an intro jet song. Give me that tempo.
No idea.
All right, number
Never
2.
heard it. Oh, good one.
Again, according to Billboard, top songs of the summer 2020. And in at number 1, I knew this was going to be on the list. I didn't think it would make number 1, but...
Brand new Lamborghini, a cop car with a pistol on my head.
The Baby.
Huh. Really, huh? I never would have thought that. You
don't seem like impressed with the list.
Nah.
At all.
No, not really. I thought it was a weak summer.
Oh.
Very weak summer.
Damn.
Compared to summers in the past that we've had?
Yeah.
Where there have been like songs
like Despacito.
We've gone on runs where it's
Old
like
Town Road.
Yeah, we're talking about the song of the summer because the songs that are kicking it in the summer are 1, great songs, 2, catchy as hell, but also like breaking all sorts of records.
Yeah.
Right? Like we've been really, really lucky, #blessed, with some monster hits over the past few summers.
#grateful.
#great.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
That picture that Drake posted yesterday of his kid, first day of school.
Mm-hmm.
That kid is so cute.
How old is that kid? He's not going to kindergarten, is he?
No, he's 2 now. He'll be 3.
He's 2.
I think he'll be 3 next month.
He's going to daycare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever the equivalent that Drake is
And I was thinking about this yesterday.
paying for.
And I don't know if Drake, thinks about this or not, right? Because he is just in a different life than the rest of us.
Yeah.
But that first day drop off, he would have missed out on, right? Or just in general, taking your kid to school or picking your kid up from school. I wonder if he thinks about that kind of stuff, and knows that he may be missing out on things like that. And as dumb as it sounds, parent-teacher interview.
But why would he miss out on stuff like that?
Because of the amount of attention somebody like Drake brings, if he were to want to participate in something like that.
If Halle Berry can drop her kids off, Drake can drop his off.
I'm just assuming, right?
Yeah.
Based on the kind of attention he gets, and you see anywhere he goes, the crowds follow, which means he has to have X amount of people around him at all times. And because he lives in Toronto, that's where his mansion is, that's where his kid is, his baby mama is.
Yeah, but
it's not the same as...
He doesn't have the life here that they have in LA, though.
No, I know, but it's not like LA where... Yes, a Halle Berry can go and drop her kid off at school, or Julie Roberts can go drop her kid off at school, or Jennifer Garner. And it's I don't want to say it's not a big deal, but it's typical to see that in LA. Whereas in Toronto, if you see Drake showing up to a school with his kid, walking his kid in.
But Drake's kid's not going to a regular school, though, man.
No, I know that.
Like, he's not, you know.
But still, it's
he's not trying to, you know, stop on, you know, St. Clair in between, you know, 2 streetcars and everything else, making the run to the door. Like, there's a driveway.
No, I know
right?
that.
You know, like,
I know.
He's not having to do the slow dump with
I
a
don't know
2-year-old.
why. Like, I just always think of like the kind of like regular everyday things that, you know, people do. And like, if he thinks about whether or not he can do that without being bothered.
Of course, but I think that
is what I'm getting at.
You get used to a certain life, and I think that you make things work. Like I there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to be doing that stuff.
Yeah.
But you can't farm that out. What I want to know is, you know, like, dropping the kid off and posting about it the first day, right? That's all cute and fun. But I want to know how deep he's going to go, right? Like, this is what I do wonder, because I look at somebody like Reese Witherspoon, right? Where I know I can picture Reese Witherspoon arguing with a 12-year-old at the kitchen table why she won't do her homework. I can see Reese Witherspoon doing that. She seems the type. Yeah. I can see Drake dropping off his kid, but I don't know if I see Drake standing in the kitchen at 4 o'clock when the kid gets home and he opens a thermos and goes, "Why didn't you eat the lunch I made you?" I don't know if Drake's going to go that deep with what goes on at school. I think he may drop the kid off, but I don't think they're having the, you know, why didn't you eat the leftovers? Those beans were still good.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say Drake is definitely having those conversations.
Drake
with his
making
kid.
the cupcakes for Cupcake Day.
Well, exactly. He's got that big old kitchen, right? If one of the kids in Roxy's class, if their parents had Drake's kitchen, I'd be like, you're baking everything for this thing, man. Okay? It's going to take
not just for the class, for the entire school.
It's going to take you 40 minutes. It's going to take all of us combined 3 hours.
Do your part. Pitch in.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Needed an umbrella for all them tears I was dodging this morning after the Raptors lost last night.
Hey, man. Can we
brother. Come on, man.
Well, you got to bring up old stuff.
What the hell happened?
Well, let's see. Their defense fell apart, and Pascal Siakam, every time he got the ball, it was like he didn't know what to do with it.
Really, huh?
Oh, man, it was the worst.
And then I was watching a video
sad.
on loop.
Why would you watch something on loop?
No, of Kawhi blocking a dunk with the tip of his middle finger. Did you see this? What a stud. What a stud.
I don't check in on the exes, bro.
No, you don't.
No,
hey, you don't creep your exes?
No.
Oh, okay.
What do I need that in my life for? I don't want to know if they're better off without me.
They look like they're living their best life.
Right? Why do I need that in my life right now? Come on, 2020's already been the worst year ever.
No, I know. True. So what happened? It was just an all around
the game.
Disaster,
the game was over like pretty much as soon as it started.
Yeah.
By the half, I knew. Like, I shouldn't say this as a diehard Raptor fan, but by the half, I knew it was over.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. That's not
They
good.
needed to really pull things together in that second half.
Yeah.
And like in the third quarter, a little bit of hope.
Now, when you sort of sit down to watch a game, everybody has their own routines, but is your routine different when it's an elimination game?
No, absolutely
It's not.
No,
You
not
don't-
at all.
you don't
I
change
switch
it up? No, you don't, huh?
No, I don't switch it up. I don't have like a preferred, ball cap that I'll wear or a preferred shirt that I'll wear.
None of that nonsense.
No, although yesterday, our son Cruz, he wore his Raptors shirt.
Yeah.
And then the last game, he wore his Raptors shirt as well.
Oh, I would have grounded him after last night.
So, oh, wow, man. Come on. He was sleeping when they lost.
Hello,
He watched a little bit with me. But
yeah.
My husband Matthew was asleep on the couch during the entire game. I was going to send you a picture. I was on the couch watching, edge of my seat because it was crazy.
Didn't the game come on at like 5 o'clock yesterday?
He was sound asleep through the whole game.
Oh, wow. Nice life.
Right?
Great life.
Amazing.
Oh, if I fall asleep on the couch, don't get me wrong, I fall asleep on the couch all the time.
I was going to say.
But I always get woken up by an elbow to the ribs by my kid or something.
Yeah.
Like just because she can't get comfortable because when I fall asleep, I'm no longer comfortable because I'm not fully supporting her body weight when we're cuddling on the couch.
So wait, Matthew fell asleep for the entire game?
The entire game.
Did he wake up after?
He woke up
Or
when
did he
I
just
woke
go-
him.
or was he in bed for the night?
Or did he wake up just to go to bed? Like, were you guys on the couch and then you went to the bedroom?
No, because he does the last walk of the dog. So I nudged him going, your turn, get up.
Oh, wow. I don't know what I'd do.
There's a lot of love in that house,
If
huh?
I was in the middle of a peaceful sleep and Catherine, my partner, didn't look at me and go, oh, yeah, you just sleep there, buddy. I'll take the dog out.
Yeah.
That's what partners do, right?
You had a long day.
No, you don't slap on the forehead and say, it's your turn.
Shift work.
No.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Have you been watching Cobra Kai on Netflix? I know this show has been like, like on YouTube for...
Yeah, YouTube Red, right? What the hell's that? I don't even know what that is.
That's like the not dirty version of YouTube, but like where you can get like the...
You have to pay for stuff, right?
You pay for it, and then they have like the R-rated versions of stuff, right?
It's like OnlyFans.
Yes. Yes.
Love that.
Dude, I'm still watching season 1.
Yes.
I freaking love it, dude.
Okay, my problem is...
here we go.
What? You know me and the Karate Kid. That's my number one. Right?
Treasured.
Yeah, it's treasured.
Absolutely.
It's treasured.
And I had this conversation with somebody who asked me about it over the weekend, if Cobra Kai is worth it. And I said, if you have this attachment to the original, to the Karate Kid, right? Especially 1 and 2. Right. If you have that attachment to it, then you're going to love Cobra Kai, except for a person named Roz.
Right. I worry that I'm enjoying Cobra Kai simply for nostalgia.
But that's what it's supposed to be.
No.
Absolutely.
No, because I should be able to look at it with somewhat of a critical eye.
You look at everything with a critical eye.
In the sense that the acting is quite atrocious.
Oh, it is terrible.
Okay.
Oh my God, dude.
Okay.
The acting is so bad.
Okay.
It is so bad, but that's what makes it so good.
Am I enjoying Cobra Kai? Yes, I'm enjoying Cobra Kai. Is Cobra Kai a good show? No.
Yes, it
Cobra
is.
Kai is not a good show.
It's so
It's
good.
not. Cobra Kai, by the way, okay, Karate Kid ended with the All Valley Karate Championship. We know that. Daniel LaRusso and Johnny and Cobra Kai and all this other stuff. So Cobra Kai picks up. All these years later, Daniel LaRusso runs a car dealership. He's very famous.
So successful.
Super successful in the Valley. And Johnny is a handyman for hire, and everybody craps on him. And
He's
now
just a big-time loser.
Right. And he was the bully, and now he hates bullies.
Yeah.
Right. And then so it's sort of like the roles have reversed. I like the idea of what they did, which is they're now both sort of like training kids, but only Daniel wound up with the bully and Johnny wound up with the kid who was basically Daniel when he was younger. I love that dynamic. I think that was a brilliant way to do it.
Johnny is still such a
such
a jerk.
He's such a jerk. He's such a jerk.
They make him out to be like somebody you want to like have empathy for.
Yeah.
But he's still a bad guy.
Yeah, he is still a bad guy. Yeah, but that's okay though. That's okay. I don't mind that.
I love it,
But
dude.
is it?
I don't care.
You love it though.
Yeah.
Is it a good show though? Is it a good show? I love it, but is it good?
Yes.
It is good. You say it's good.
I say it's good.
Wow.
Yeah. I love it.
Wow. Jeez, man.
Again, acting is terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. But it's still a good show.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I was trying to think of how I would have handled that if I was in high school, if I given the choice that kids were given. This is an incredible thing, and I think that as an adult, I mean, I'm sure they all talked it out with their family and everything else, but as an adult, it's very difficult to put yourself in the shoes of somebody in grade 11 given the choice of going into school or working remotely from home over Zoom.
I think the choice is easy. Any kid would say, no, I want to go back to school with my friends.
You think?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Bro, no way. I don't think it's as easy as you think.
Most of them will.
No, I don't think most. No, I don't think most. But the numbers show that it's not like this overwhelming. There's a lot of people.
No, there's a difference.
And not all of them are like high risk, health issues, everything else. There's a lot of people.
There's a difference between like what would kids rather versus what the conversation is at home that took place.
Yeah.
That's what's best for the family or what's best for your health, right?
But if you wanted help from the teacher, isn't it easier if you're there to then just raise your hand and ask versus being at home? There's no one to help you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that there's not every kid wants help from the teachers.
Yeah.
Oh, I would, because otherwise it's more work if you stay at home.
Well, not really.
Not unless you're a good student.
And you kill
it, right?
Like if you're killing it, like why show up every day?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I mean, I wasn't a good enough student. I was a very, very mediocre student in high school. Like I would say below mediocre.
Yeah, same.
Like where mediocre is, I was a notch below mediocre.
Oh,
right?
You and me both, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Let me tell you though, with my dad, as strict as he is, Vern the accountant, COVID or no COVID, my ass is in school.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I think it would have been me too. My brother, I think, would have stayed home.
My dad would have driven me there and sat with me to make sure I was stayed.
Your dad what?
My dad would have made sure he would have sat outside, made sure I walked in the front doors.
Oh, geez.
I remember one year, there was like the most brutal snowstorm, brutal in our neighborhood, right? And my dad still drove me to school and didn't even drive me to the actual school. He dropped me off. It was like 2 blocks away. Close. And I remember I had to walk to get there. And I get in and it was me and like a handful of teachers. And then they just said like, nobody's here. Nobody's showing up.
No.
And then they shut the school down.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. So then I had to find a way to get back home because my dad had already gone to work. So I had to wait for them. It took me like half a day just to get home.
Your dad was so invested in your education.
Absolutely.
Like so invested in your education. I don't know. I never had that. Like I never had that thing where, I don't know. It was just like, school was just it was important, but it was never like a priority.
Oh no.
At all.
In our house, it was a priority.
Like, I don't remember I don't remember in all through high school, whether I had a conversation with my dad, whether I got my homework done or not.
Oh.
I don't remember.
My dad did my homework for me.
And look at you now.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Now, just because, depending on the province that you're in, just because you've been allowed to up the amount of people, social gatherings outside, it doesn't mean that you have to. And it doesn't mean that you have to hit that number, whether it's 50 or 100.
No.
There was a wedding that happened in Toronto last weekend where COVID infections have climbed to 23.
Oof, from one wedding?
From one wedding that took place over 2 days in different parts of the GTA. And then on IG, I saw over the weekend, there was a big wedding reception of like 100 people outside under a big tent, right? And somebody who was at that wedding had filmed, I guess, a neighbor had come over to complain or to say that they were going to call the bylaw officer for the amount of people. And now in this video, so I guess they were allowed to have that many people, but from what I saw in the video, and it's a very short clip, I didn't see a single person wearing a mask.
No.
So just because you can have excess of X amount of people, it doesn't mean that you should.
No, and that's the problem, is that there is a sense of safety when it's friends. And just listen to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, because he got it, he says, from when a family friend just came over.
Yeah.
And you assume that if people are, I guess, like in your bubble or bubble adjacent, you know, good friends, that they have their own bubble, they can come over because, you know, you guys talk about it and, you know, yeah, your family's safe, my family's safe. And then you sort of open yourself up to it. But that's how The Rock got it.
I know.
That's how his whole family got it, was from a friend. Like, this wasn't some fan that he met and, you know, got a little too close to. This wasn't anything like that. This was like a person that he has over to his house regularly.
Yeah. But the problem is, you don't know who that one person was in contact with. Even if it was one other person, that's how it happens, right? That one other person could have been kicking it with like 10 other people, and one of those people had it, was asymptomatic, passed it. Eventually it gets to The Rock, who passes it on to his family.
And that's the problem with going back to school right now, too.
Yeah.
Because normally you build, as a family, you build you have the two of us, so Catherine and I, right? And then in any other sort of family, you have whatever dynamic you have. But then you have your other people who are super close to you and your kid that you can sometimes call and rely on to pick up your kid from school.
Sure.
Right? In a pinch. working late, whatever, car problems, all this kind of stuff. That doesn't exist anymore.
No, not at all.
Right? We only have the option of me or Catherine because I don't want to, say, have my mom exposed to it by picking her up or somebody else in my family because all of a sudden I'm asking them to now go into a place where it's probably not all that safe and I shouldn't have to expect people to do that on my behalf. So that's the other problem right now is that we have our bubbles, but we can't use the people in our bubbles that we normally use them for.
Right.
And it's a real problem. Huge.
So again, just because you can have an excess of how many ever people,
right?
It doesn't mean that you should. Just be safe, everybody.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You see the video for Popstar?
Hell yeah, I watch a video for Popstar. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Drake hasn't acted in a while.
No. And I think he misses it.
Yeah.
So in the video, it starts off with DJ Khaled sending what appears to be multiple videos of him asking Drake about filming the Popstar music video.
Yo, Drake, I've been calling you. I've been texting you. You're not replying. I actually been FaceTiming you. So I'm sending you this video so you can feel my passion and my pain. We have to shoot the Popstar video. I know the border's closed. I know they're going to let me in the country. What do you want me to do? The song is too big. We have to shoot the video. We have to figure something out.
Because for the longest time, I've been saying, why have we not got a music video for Popstar just yet?
Right.
We got the Laugh Now, Cry Later. They friggin' shot it at the Nike headquarters.
Yeah.
They were able to lock the entire area down to shoot that music video. Why have we not got one for Popstar? So then the clip then cuts to Drake at home looking at his phone, and he's got this like bewildered look on his face, confused, like, what the hell? And he says,
I don't know what to say. It's every waking moment that I'm alive asking me for something. And it's like, I already gave him the songs, and now he wants a video. And I can't do a video. I can't even make my own album in peace. I can't even leave the country.
So then Drake later on has the idea he needs some help. He needs some assistance to get this music video done. And the person he calls is Justin Bieber.
Right.
And then the song starts and it's Bieber mouthing all the Drake lines in this mansion. I think it's his house. Could be somebody else's mansion.
Yeah.
And just going through different parts of the house. And there's like all sorts of people. There's dancers, there's makeup, there's wardrobe, and just partying, dancing. Scooter Braun's in the video because he's got that line. And I'm wondering, I'm watching this video and I'm wondering if this is what people thought was a big party that Bieber and Haley threw at their home in LA a couple weeks ago, where they were like, Kylie Jenner was there and her sister Kendall was there.
No, because that was actually it was
an actual party?
Well, yeah, it was confirmed because it was a birthday party for somebody else.
Gotcha.
Right? That's what it was. It was somebody else's birthday party that they hosted at their house. Now, whether that's 100% true, I don't know, but that was the story at the time. But man, they gave Bieber a spray tan for this video, huh?
Oh, did they?
Because 2 weeks ago, boy was white. He was pasty.
When I'm watching this video, especially when you get to the nighttime scene where he's wearing like a mink jacket, right?
Yeah.
In front of the pool?
Yeah. The blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Bieber not slowly, like very slowly transforming into Machine Gun Kelly? Maybe it's the way he did his hair.
Yeah, I think it's the hair. I just think it's the hair.
I don't know. I got a glimpse of Machine Gun Kelly during that one particular scene.
Yeah, but no, it's a fun video though. If you have not yet seen the video for Popstar, it's really, and everything Khaled does is fun. Like that's the one thing that getting Drake and Bieber together and doing this and having a goof. That's all Khaled. You know, this is his kind of flavor, and it's a great video though.
And ironically, the one thing, because I've watched like all of DJ Khaled's videos.
Yeah.
And he's always so loud in your face in every single one of his videos.
Yeah.
The music video for Popstar, DJ Khaled is only in that part at the very, very beginning with Drake.
Yeah.
And you don't see him again.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so fun.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, question. The conversations have now turned to after Chadwick Boseman passed away and just how devastating that was.
Yeah.
Now the conversations are, what do you do with Black Panther? And should you recast the role? Should you just let it be? What do you do? What do you do with that franchise, and what do you do with that character? Because there's a lot of different thoughts, and people are extremely passionate about it because I think that it's still so painful for so many people.
Yeah, I don't know. I never read any of the comics, so I don't know how that character evolves or if he evolves at all, and if they're going to keep it true to that. But I saw something fantastic, which one person pointed out online that started picking up traction. I was like, you know what? I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the young lady that played his younger sister, right? The one with all the tech and all the brains. Why not just give her the suit?
I think in the comics that does happen. I think that I think in the comics it does happen where she does become a Black Panther. But I don't know. I'm down for recasting the role.
Yeah.
And I'll because he did such a good job, and this is we're used to. It's not like there hasn't been exceptional actors who have taken on the Joker, and exceptional actors who have taken on Batman, and exceptional actors who have taken on Spider-Man. We're used to that. The world is used to it, and fans are used to it, and everybody sort of has their favorite. And even after people have tragically died, other people have come in to do the role, and it's you sort of build on what a great actor did before you, and that's sort of what these massive comic book characters have. I think because Chadwick died so young, and there was only one movie, that people are a little protective of what he did with that. But I don't think that he worked as hard as he did to put that on screen for young Black kids to have a character finally that they could look up to and build that character into something that was so special to never see that character again.
Yeah.
I think that if you got somebody, and we were talking yesterday, I had a conversation yesterday where they said it was unfortunate that Michael B. Jordan was Killmonger because Michael B. Jordan would be a great Black Panther.
That I was just going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Next in line for that role, if they had to recast, would be Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. What about John David Washington?
No offense.
He's got the Denzel Washington. This is the other thing, because you want the person to either be like a friend, respect, whatever.
Absolutely.
And we know Denzel's relationship with Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
Which was incredible. And so you bring in John David. Okay. Because what you need in that role is what Marvel does is they're marquee people in those roles. Yes, they're superhero movies and everything else, but they're exceptional actors.
Absolutely.
And in order to do it, you need an exceptional actor.
The only thing, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think he would be great. My only thing, he may be too short.
Yeah. But Robert Downey Jr. is not tall.
I guess.
He's not. Robert Downey Jr. is not a tall guy. But no, I'm with you. He may be too short, but I think he has that intensity to pull it off.
Black Panther's little sister make like specialized lifts?
You want to put platforms on Black Panther?
Just on the suit.
Just on the suit?
Just on the suit.
Yeah.
So when he suits up, right?
Yeah.
When he suits up, he's taller.
Yeah.
I'm good if when he's like kicking it in Wakanda, if he's 4 foot whatever.
Yeah.
5 whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
5 and
fair
under.
enough.
But as soon as he suits up.
Yeah, it's somebody else? Okay.
When he puts his arms across his chest.
He grows.
He grows just a little bit.
Okay, no problem. But yes, no, I'm with you. Whatever they decide to do, I think that I thought about it a long time, and I think that the character is too important for too many people for them to never see that character again and never have that symbol on screen again.
Yeah.
I think that he worked so hard to create that character, so it gave people those feelings and that icon that I think that somebody should step in and do it. I think Michael B. Jordan would be amazing. I don't know how you make that transition. We all just forget he's Killmonger.
Yeah,
I would be okay with
bro.
that. I would be okay with that.
Multiverse.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be totally fine with that.
Right? Doctor Strange goes into a little next dimension.
Absolutely.
All of a sudden, Michael B. Jordan is the new Black Panther.
I'm fine with that.
Right?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And you're good.
But yeah, no, I think that I'm on the fence that they should recast and continue. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Josh Gad, who was filling in for Kimmel earlier this week, right? Did that great interview with Daisy Ridley, like that. I want to play a clip for you right now, Mocha, which is the last time we had Josh on the show. You asked him, this was when was this? When did we have him on?
It was a couple of months ago.
Like not that long ago.
No, it was over summertime.
Right. Thank you. This is you asking Josh Gad about an Olaf spinoff.
Hey, Josh, is it true that Olaf is getting his own spinoff movie?
No, what? That's the first. I didn't know that. If it is true, then I should call my lawyer right now. I wonder if they're going to ask me to do it.
I just thought maybe you'd have the inside scoop, you know?
Yeah. So, you know what I always say about bad acting, right? Because Maury's notorious for this. Bad acting, somebody always does a thing where they stutter, right? No, right? It's bad acting.
Yeah.
Bad
in their
acting.
mind, they're like, got him.
Nailed it. So play the beginning of this again and listen to the bad acting.
Okay. Hey, Josh, is it true that Olaf is getting his own spinoff movie?
No, what? That's the first. I didn't know that. If it is true,
right? Okay.
Wait, is it happening?
So we talked to Josh Gad like a couple of months ago. Let me read you this. Frozen's Olaf to reveal untold secrets in Disney Plus Once Upon a Snowman. What were the first moments that Olaf felt like? And how did he become ill-advisedly to love summer? Those questions and more will be answered in Once Upon a Snowman, an animated short premiering Friday, October 23rd on Disney+.
Oh, come on, Josh.
In order for it to premiere October 23rd, you know how long ago this thing would have had to have been done?
I know. Last year.
Come
on, Josh. Thanks, jerk.
Right?
Lying to us. Come on, bro.
Liars.
We invite you on the show. We treat you real nice.
And I can tolerate lying and I can tolerate bad acting, but cannot tolerate them in the same conversation. You know what I mean?
Josh Gad, you got some explaining to do next time we chat.
Olaf fans, again, on Disney Plus, it's Olaf's spinoff, Once Upon a Snowman, October 23rd on Disney Plus.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kevin Hart was on The Tonight Show talking about when he was a kid and he went to basketball camp. I guess maybe he thought he was going to fill out a little more. I don't know. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Burn. But he went to basketball camp with Kobe Bryant.
Get out of here.
Yeah, when they were both younger. Listen to this.
I went to basketball camp with Kobe Bryant. This is when I realized that my talent was not good. And this was an invitation-only camp, and I just wasn't good. And I was mad at myself because I sold myself this dream, and this dream just wasn't a reality because this man played left-handed. Didn't even take it serious.
I love these. He played the whole camp left-handed and still...
He played the whole camp left-handed.
Still dominated.
He was the best player in the camp, and he was just practicing on his left hand, apparently.
Did he think you were funny?
No, we were roommates, actually. We was in the same dorm. We had a blast. It was an overnight camp, and it's your kids, all the silliness that normally ensues, late night pranks and, sneak into other people's dorms and fighting with the other campers. We did all that stuff. It was just funny because as time progressed, I saw Kobe transform into the machine that he was and that he will forever be remembered as.
Oh my God, that's
Can you imagine getting invited to an invite-only overnight basketball camp and one of the kids is so good he only uses his wrong hand?
Yeah.
Right?
Because he needs to practice.
Yeah. He took the opportunity to practice with his
Kevin
left hand.
went there thinking... I'm going to work on my skills because I want to be a better basketball player, which I guess Kobe Bryant wanted to be a better basketball player, but he wasn't really trying the way most of these other kids were probably.
I haven't seen any of those celebrity games that they've done. Is Kevin Hart good? Can he play? He's good.
Yeah,
huh?
he can play.
Yeah?
I mean, when you watch the celebrity games, they always clown on him because he's so short.
Right.
So they'll put the tallest guy to cover him.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's like me and you when we got to take a picture together.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Sorry. Excuse me.
We are pretty much the same height.
Okay.
It's worth noting that he was MVP twice at these celebrity basketball games.
Okay, but I never take those seriously, though, because that could be like a pity vote. It's a celebrity game. They're not giving MVP
Like, who's
to
the most famous?
Exactly.
Right? Who's the one that's going to get the most
Who is the most
attention?
entertaining? Who is the most
And
all
it's
this
always
stuff?
gonna be Kevin Hart.
It's
Well,
always going to be
Two
Kevin Hart.
Chains because he was at that
2
game.
Chains? Nah. Please.
You're pointing out literally one celebrity game that has happened over the years and years and years that they've had these celebrity games. Jeez, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Mocha.
Yes.
Are you ready, man?
Okay.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
The Batman production completely shut down again because Vanity Fair reports that it's actually Robert Pattinson who was the, quote, crew member who came down with coronavirus.
Oh, no, your star.
Yeah. So it was Vanity Fair saying it was Robert Pattinson who caused the shutdown. And I know that you had asked before, how far into shooting the movie did they get originally before the March shutdown? Because what they showed at the DC Fandome was quite would look like a lot of the movie. And so Matt Reeves said they shot 25% of the film before the March shutdown.
That's only 25% of footage?
It's only 25%, yeah.
Oh, gee, oh my.
I know you were just talking about the weather, and the weather all over Canada right now is, we're getting into fall. At least if you're waking up chilly today, at least you're not Denver. I would have such cramps if I lived in Denver. So let me tell you about this. The temperature swing in Denver. So Monday, yesterday at 3 p.m. was 36 degrees.
Oh, gorgeous.
This morning at 3 a.m. was -3 with a chance of flurries.
With a chance? Well, first of all, -3.
-3. It went from 36 to -3 in one day.
No, thanks.
36 to -3 in one day.
Sorry, Denver, keep it. I don't want it.
Who wants to? How do you dress to live there? What do you do?
Yeah, you have to dip in. You got to go in get the boxes with all your fall clothes now.
I would look like Bear Grylls. Every single article of clothing I would have a zipper to take part of it off.
Just in case.
Yeah, and put part of it back on.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Tennis star, oh my God, I don't know if you saw this. Novak Djokovic was ejected from the U.S. Open because I guess he got pissy over a call. I don't know exactly what happened, but he had 2 balls in his hand and he shot them to the back of the court to the people, the lines people. And one of them caught the ball and the other person, this woman, wasn't watching, and he shoots the ball to the back of the court and it hits this woman in the throat. So listen to this.
No, he's trying another drop shot there, but that was easy for Carreño Busta to get to. And
that's it.
Oh no, he whacked a ball that might have hit a linesperson back there. Oh my goodness. You don't do that.
No, I mentioned earlier about the one that he hit low and he hit the side rail. If he had hit it a little higher, it would have gone right into the camera person. This one he hits back and I believe it hit her in the throat.
Yes, it did. Clearly, we are on the verge of a default here.
It looks like that's it. Because they had to take her out and obviously hurt, that made the decision for them.
So he was ejected. He wrote on IG, this whole situation has left me really sad and empty. I checked on the lines person and the tournament told me that thank God she is feeling okay. I'm extremely sorry to have caused her such stress. So unintended, so wrong. I'm not disclosing her name to respect her privacy. As for the disqualification, I need to go back within and work on my disappointment and turn this all into a lesson for growth and evolution as a player and as a human being. I apologize. Yeah,
He'll get fined though for that, right?
I don't know what the deal is with tennis and whether they fine people for that stuff. I'm not 100% sure. A gender reveal party in California is resulted in one of those massive wildfires that you see raging on the news. CNN reports that a couple used a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device for the event at the El Dorado Ranch Park on Saturday. And surveillance video from the party shows a person appearing to light the device as the couple and children walk into the grass. Shortly thereafter, the family can be seen scrambling and grabbing water bottles as the flames spread. The family and photographer are cooperating with fire investigators, and as of yesterday, the El Dorado fire had grown to 8,600 acres.
Oh, man.
With just 7% containment. That's after a gender reveal party.
Yo, send an email or a text.
Where they used the pyrotechnic. Crazy, huh? Disney is coming under fire for Mulan.
Why?
So this is the big budget that was direct to Disney Plus. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding Mulan. So the star of the film last summer came under fire when she made comments supporting the Hong Kong police force's crackdown on the city's pro-democracy movement. And Mulan, some of the movie was shot in China's Xinjiang province, where they are now being accused of perpetrating massive human rights abuses against Muslims on a massive scale. And not only did Disney shoot in the region, but the studio appears to have offered its gratitude to the Chinese government agencies afterwards. So people noticed that in the credits of Mulan, they extend a thank you to the Chinese Communist Party agency responsible for producing and managing the state propaganda efforts for that region. And so people are like, whoa, what is even happening? So now people were originally calling for a boycott of Mulan, and now they're calling for a boycott of just Disney at its entirety.
Wow.
Over the box office on the weekend, Tenet kicked off with $20 million in the U.S., which from what I was reading on Friday, that was a very low number anticipating. People said anything below 40 was going to be a disaster for this movie. However, it's...
Even with the amount of people, like they're saying, with the amount of people that are allowed in theaters?
Yeah, but what saved it was globally. So the international box office has put it up to 150 million already.
Oh.
Right, yes, because it opened there sooner, because there's still so many restrictions in the U.S. and the numbers just keep going up and up and up. And there's a lot of people who are still terrified to go and sit in a movie theater. Like it's just the
people like me. I'm not going.
No, it's just the reality. Jacob Blake speaks for the first time from his hospital bed after being shot in the back 7 times by police in Wisconsin, and Blake's family says that he has been paralyzed from the waist down. No charges have been filed in connection with the shooting on Friday. Blake appeared on camera for a court appearance, but this was Jacob Blake's almost minute-long statement to people who were concerned for him.
I just want to say, man, to all the young cats out there, and even the older ones, older than me, it's a lot more life to live out here, man. Your life, and not only just your life, your legs, something that you need to move around and move forward, and like it be taken from you like this, man. Staples, I got staples in my back, staples in my damn stomach. You do not want to have to deal with this, man. So every 24 hours, it's pain, it's nothing but pain.
So he did appear on Friday on camera for a court appearance. He stands accused of criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and third-degree sexual assault. These were all charges that were laid and issued before the shooting. So he pleaded not guilty to those charges on Friday. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne. I love Sharon Osbourne. I love Sharon Osbourne on The Talk. I love everything that she's done. She was fantastic when she was a judge on America's Got Talent. I love the relationship. I'm an OG fan of the Osbournes when it was on MTV. That's really started the whole thing. Jack, their son, was one of the exec producers on A&E is bringing Biography back.
Oh,
and they're really upping their game. And so they got Jack and a whole bunch of people, Jack Osbourne, to do the sort of story of Ozzy. I think it's called like The 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne. And there's a lot of Ozzy, a lot of Sharon in it, and a lot about his Parkinson's and a lot about the early days. But there's one story in it that I had never heard before. And I don't even really know how to describe it other than just letting you listen to how crazy, because they get so deep into how wild he was on narcotics and alcohol and what that relationship was actually like and how volatile it was. But I had no idea it was this bad.
I felt the calmest I'd ever felt in my life.
He came into the room and he just said, "We've come to a decision that you've got to die." You know, he was calm, very, very calm, and then just suddenly he lunged across at me. He just dived on me and started to choke me. He got me down on the ground on top of me, and I was feeling for stuff on the table, and I felt the panic button, and I just pressed it. And next thing I know, the cops were there.
All I remember was waking up in Amersham jail, and I asked the cop, why am I here? So he read, John Michael had been arrested for attempted murder of Sharon Osbourne. I'm like, that hit me like it's like a hammer between the eyes.
Does it make you feel uncomfortable when you talk about it?
Well, it's not exactly one of my greatest achievements.
Yeah, man.
What the hell?
Also, when you're living with Ozzy, you have a panic button in the house under the desk. That's how bad it was.
He tried to kill his wife.
Yeah, with Sharon. Yeah.
Oh my
wild, man.
God.
I had no idea. But Jack did a really great job with it. It would be tough to do that with your own dad.
I know.
Having to put it, because especially you got to put all that stuff in it, right?
Yeah. Like tell me everything.
Yeah, tell me everything about that time he tried to kill mom.
Yeah.
While you were high, right? That's very difficult to do. To do that kind of story about your dad. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is ending.
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, come on.
That's the good news. That's the good news.
Not
You
good
asked for
news.
good news.
That's 3 bad news stories in a row.
No. First of all, it was 4, but this is...
I wasn't really keeping count.
No, yeah.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians
Yeah,
is
so
done?
Kim Kardashian made the announcement yesterday, said to all our amazing fans, it is with heavy hearts that we've made the difficult decision as a family to say goodbye to Keeping Up with the Kardashians after 14 years and 20 seasons.
Who do I gotta send an email to?
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
Hello, it's Roz Mocha. How are you?
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast. Is it Suman or Suman?
No, Suman.
Suman. All right. You've commented a bunch of times on...
I have.
on Instagram asking questions, right?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
All right. Well, it's good to have you on the podcast. What is your question?
Mine was a fun one, hopefully. It was, who would you say is the best at playing a lead in each movie genre? As in the best comedy male or the best action hero, drama, female, stuff like that.
Ooh.
The Rock.
The Rock.
In all genres?
The Rock can't do drama.
Oh, yeah. No, he can't do drama.
No, he can't do-
be
he
the
can't do
lead
drama.
like in a romantic comedy.
No. I will...
Oh!
Yeah, who?
Can I give another answer?
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
So you think... I don't think that... Do you want us to give like one actor who can do it all, or can we put in other actors in other genres of who we like the
No, you
best?
can put other actors in other genres.
I thought you meant
It's up to you.
one.
You're
Okay,
the boss.
I will say that just because we watch a lot of his movies at home, and I will say that Matthew McConaughey is probably the most versatile and fits well within all of those genres. Although he doesn't do a ton of action,
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey in a romantic comedy is perfect.
I agree.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey in drama is perfect. Like his performance in Interstellar was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He was so good in that movie. He is, and then we just watched Ed TV the other night.
Oh, man.
Again, remember that movie?
Throwback.
Yeah, throwback. And then he and Woody Harrelson are in Ed TV together. They play brothers in Ed TV, and then they did the first season of True Detective, which is one of my favorite seasons of television that I have ever seen in my life.
Right.
So I'm a huge Matthew McConaughey fan. I think that he can do it all, but except for action. Now, if we're going just straight up action, I'm not putting The Rock in there because I actually think The Rock is boring.
Oh, wow.
In action because
I think he's funny.
he never loses a fight.
Yeah.
Right? He never gets banged around, everything else. The movies
Yeah,
are
you
just
know why?
the movies
'Cause
are
he's not
big
a
and loud.
jabroni.
Right, because he's not a jabroni. So I will say this, that the last Mission Impossible movie, whichever one that was, I don't even know which Mission Impossible movie was that.
The
most recent one. Anyway,
find out for you.
It was probably the greatest action movie I've ever seen in my life.
That
as
one
far
scene,
as action goes,
that one chase, the running scene
Yeah.
with Tom Cruise,
yeah.
that by far is probably one of the best chase scenes in film ever.
It is. And I will say that like that last, whatever it was, Mission Impossible that he did was probably just based on the action alone. Like if we're talking about action movies, it was probably the greatest action movie I've ever seen in my life, and Tom Cruise was perfect in it.
Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah, that was the one. It was
so good. Yeah.
And
I
as
agree.
far as the
That's a great
women goes, geez, I mean, I love Kate Hudson in those movies in romantic comedy. Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey together are just the greatest
What about
comedy
Sandra
of all
Bullock?
time.
She was
Don't
gonna
like
be on my
Sandra
list.
Bullock.
No?
Don't like Sandra Bullock.
Oh, I just watched Blindside again on the
Did
weekend.
you?
Yes, but they had it on repeat on like W Network. So every
Wow.
time I saw it pop up on the guide, I'd like punch in and watch like 5-10 minutes of it.
Really,
Yeah,
huh?
Michael?
Charlize Theron is really good.
Were you
And-
speaking of Fool's Gold when you're talking about Matthew McConaughey and...
No, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, no, that's good too, but don't forget Fool's
Oh,
Gold.
I never forget Fool's Gold, but it's not nearly as good.
know
But
if I
How to
ever
Lose a
watched that
Guy.
one.
What, Fool's Gold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched How to Lose a Guy?
Yeah, I've
Okay,
seen that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
If either of you want the board game, I have it. It's still in the wrapping.
No, thank you. Actually, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll play it at home. I'll take it at home.
How about you, Suman? Do you have an answer?
Yeah, actually, funny enough, we were talking about that. I was talking with my kids, and our general actually was a toss-up between Tom Hanks and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, okay.
But what action movie? You can't call the
Again, same thing, no action.
no
for both of
action.
them.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
Tom
right.
Hanks. You can't put him in an action.
Don't forget
movie.
for romantic.
For action, I think we had Liam Neeson, if I don't
Oh, wow.
For
I
Taken?
forgot about him.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't forget about who, Maury?
No, he did that movie, Taking?
Taken, yeah.
Yes, Taken.
Yeah. And he was also Ra's al Ghul in the Batman movies where he
Yes.
got to fight
Mm-hmm.
Batman. Yeah,
I just
so
don't
he
like
was
Liam
really
Neeson
good
because
in
of my
that.
personal story with him.
Which is
where
what?
he was at a restaurant and I went up and asked if he would take a picture with me and he said, okay, just go wait over there until I'm done. And then he got up and walked out through the kitchen and never came to see me.
Oh, no. He probably just forgot.
Go over there and stand and wait.
Wait, okay. Here's the best.
Yeah.
How long were you waiting for?
2 hours in the corner.
Oh my God.
What's the longest time you've waited for a celebrity?
Mike the Situation, 8 hours.
8 hours.
Mike the Situation, Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Okay, so as far as women go, female actors.
Anne Hathaway.
Nope.
You know, I'm not really the biggest fan of Anne Hathaway.
The Devil Wears Prada. She's fantastic in that.
I don't really like her. Never saw that movie.
And don't forget, she was amazing in The Intern.
No, I'm not a fan of Anne Hathaway.
What's The Intern?
at all.
What about Meryl Streep?
Yeah, I love Meryl Streep. But Charlize Theron, I'm trying to think of somebody who can do it all. Charlize Theron can do it all. Comedy, I would say she did that movie with Seth Rogen, which I really, really liked. Is it called The Candidate? Whatever it's called. Long Shot. The Long
yeah.
Shot. Did you watch that movie?
No.
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really,
With
really
Charlize,
good.
huh?
Yeah, and it didn't do really anything because I don't think people believe that Charlize would go for Seth Rogen. So I think that movie was dead in the water when they started it. But you have to understand the relationship in the movie to know why that happened.
What
Not
about
that she wouldn't,
Jennifer
but you know what I
Garner? I've always liked her.
Love Jennifer Garner.
Did you watch?
She's on our list.
What has
was
she
it?
done lately, though?
Did you watch? What was that movie? Peppermint.
Yeah.
That was the only one where it wasn't really believable.
Yeah.
That's the only. Did you ever see that one, Suman?
No, I didn't actually. I actually really like Jennifer Garner.
Yeah,
so I haven't
don't watch Peppermint.
No.
The premise of the movie is her family gets killed and she spends 5 years tracking down the LA gangbangers that
Vigilante
killed her family.
style.
Yeah.
It's not.
What about Johnny Depp?
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
Don't forget, the romantic movie he did, Edward Scissorhands.
Can he do? Johnny Depp hasn't done comedy though, right? He hasn't done a straight up comedy.
Well,
okay.
has he?
Pirates? Would Pirates be
No,
considered?
no, that's
more
that's-
action
that's more
comedy.
Charlie and the
comedy.
Chocolate Factory could
It's
be
not
considered comedy.
No, it's not comedy though. Like an actual funny script. I don't know if he's ever done that. Maybe he hasn't. I'm just missing it at this point. But I don't think he ever has.
Yo, he was so good in Donnie Brasco. Oh my God, I love that movie.
Don't forget Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton was old school, being able to do everything. He could really do comedy.
Yeah.
He did. Obviously, he
Beetlejuice.
could do Beetlejuice. He did Batman. Michael Keaton's dramas were amazing back in the day. He was so good. He's so talented.
Oh,
Michael
hold
Keaton.
on. We're forgetting. Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, but what action has he done?
Yeah.
Action?
Yeah, Channing Tatum. He was in G.I. Joe.
Yeah, man. Channing Tatum could do all of it.
Yeah, I don't
And Ryan
know.
Gosling.
It's not that he can do. He gets cast in all of it. I don't know if he can do all of it. Has there ever been a drama where Channing Tatum really blew you away?
What about our movie, Dear John?
No, that movie was terrible. That was an awful movie. I don't know about Channing Tatum.
Ryan Gosling.
Every time, Ryan Gosling is really good too. But
Ryan Gosling we had under romantic.
But can he do comedy? No.
No.
No, he can't do comedy. Ryan Gosling's not doing comedy.
He did Breaker High.
That's not comedy.
What about Crazy Stupid Love, our other favorite
Not
movie?
not comedy. Not
That's comedy drama.
Nah, not the same thing.
Oh.
Not the same thing.
Did
It's
you guys
not. It's
mention
not
Ryan
played
Reynolds?
for jokes. Ryan Reynolds is really good too.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, but what has he done a hardcore drama? Ryan Reynolds.
The one with Betty White and the one where he had to marry his boss.
That was a comedy,
that's
dude.
A comedy.
The Proposal?
It's a romantic comedy. Straight
with
up
Sandra Bullock.
comedy.
What do you call where it's a comedy mixed with drama?
Like a dramedy?
Rom-com.
But no. But that wasn't. That was a rom-com.
Yeah.
Like a straight up rom-com.
And it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what movie I watched of his not that long ago too? Because it was on
What's that?
TV. Just Friends.
Is it the one where he gets like gains all that weight?
Yeah, when he was in high school, he was like in love with his best friend.
Oh, God, yeah. That movie's crazy. Say, I hope we answered your question.
You did. It was fun. Thank
All right,
you.
there you go.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right, Jenny said here, what is the weirdest
Oh,
slash
Hugh Jackman. That's my answer. Hugh Jackman can do it all.
What romantic did he do?
Comedy? Oh, yeah, I guess. Action. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He can do drama. He can do action. He can do comedy. Hugh Jackman can do everything.
Jenny here says, what is the weirdest slash most useless thing of yours or your partner's that you found during spring or fall cleaning? Also, did you throw it out or did you keep it?
Oh, my God. First of all, spring cleaning. What?
Who does that?
I wouldn't say we don't have like a traditional spring cleaning, but we have throughout the year a couple times where we'll get into a zone of, okay, let's clean out this closet or let's go in the kitchen and go through all of our like utensils and get rid of stuff.
Utensils?
I remember there was one, because I'm a big gadget guy, and I always buy all the dumb, like, you know, when you go to like Kitchen Stuff Plus or Bed Bath & Beyond and like when you're near the cash register, back when we used to go shopping.
All those dumb little things.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm the sucker. I'm the guy that will see that stuff and be like, you know what? Yes, we do need that.
Yeah.
And then I'll buy it and use it once and think in that moment, I'm going to use this every single time.
Yeah, I don't buy...
And then never use it again.
I don't. I used to have so much garbage. I used to collect all of that stuff. I had every little dumb gadget thing that you could imagine.
Tell me if you guys had this.
Yeah, go.
Because this is what the thing that we got rid of. It looked like a giant set of tweezers that
Right.
you stick into the top of a strawberry to pull the stem out.
You needed strawberry tongs?
We threw those away.
What? Yeah, they should never have been in your house.
Thought I needed it.
But can you not use those for anything else, or are they just so specifically for strawberries that you can't even repurpose them for something else?
You know, I've never tried. Now I
Wow.
regret throwing it away.
Wow.
Or the thing that clips onto the side of a pen where you're supposed to crack an egg and it separates the white from the yellow.
Oh my God. Who's buying that?
I bought
Yolk
that.
separator?
It's never worked.
Who buys? How much did you spend on that?
Like
$1 is too much. $1 is too much for that crap.
Even on sale?
Even on sale.
Yeah, we got-
$1 is
we
too
got-
much for
we
that
got one of
crap.
those.
I bought the egg slicer. It works. I use it all the time. You put an egg in it and you close it down.
Hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, not an egg. Like a hard-boiled egg slicer.
Yeah, we have one of those.
You do,
Also,
huh?
We have one of those for strawberries as well.
No, you don't, do you?
Yeah.
That's
Where
the
do
one
you
where you hold it in your
keep-
hand, though, right?
Where do you keep all this stuff?
We have a drawer full of like kitchen gadgets.
Oh my God, you guys, so much waste.
I know.
So I don't have any of that stuff.
None.
I have none of that stuff in my life. I do everything by hand. I have no gadgets for anything.
Do you have the apple slicer?
Catherine has the apple slicer.
Yeah, we have that.
And I took it out of the drawer the other day and I looked at it. I'm like, I have no idea what this is.
You know, they had one that was made for peeling and cutting or slicing, I guess. Mangoes. Doesn't work.
No?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Because the one that they make, it's a standard size.
Yeah.
But if you know anything about mangoes, the mango seed is not the exact same as what this gadget can do.
Can I tell you one that bothers me? Like which kitchen utensil bothers me? And I don't know how it became popular and how people thought that it was a better alternative. So what is do you make mashed potatoes at home?
Yes.
Okay, what does your potato masher look like?
Like the one that like nanas are all around the world have
Which
ever
looks like
used.
what?
It's just the handle and it's got the flat bottom with the holes in it.
All the
for you
holes.
to-
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the thing that nobody should sell to another person.
Why?
Because it's not a potato masher. I don't know what that thing is, but it's not a potato masher.
How do you mash your potatoes?
With the one that has the squiggle line on the bottom.
Yeah, sorry, that's the one that we have.
So do you have a round bottom with holes through it?
No, it's more of a like an oval shape with the squiggly holes.
Okay, no. Mine looks like a wire, a big thick wire that just goes in like...
Oh, no, we don't have one of
That's
those.
a potato masher. I don't know what that other thing is.
Oh.
but it's not a potato masher.
Works for us.
It ruins potatoes.
No, that one works for us. That's what we have.
Oh my God.
We use the electric wand.
That's how you turn potatoes into glue.
That's what we use.
No, you're not supposed to do that.
What do you do? Drink it after?
Yeah, no, you're not. No. That breaks up potatoes. That you can't mutilate potatoes. Like you actually have to mash potatoes somewhat gently, and then add butter and your milk and your everything else,
And
right?
truffle oil.
But you can't. But you can't use the wand. That turns them into glue. That is how you make glue.
Oh, well, I've made glue many a time then.
Yeah, is it delicious?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you have something in your
Oh my God. Are you
condo that
kidding
you guys
me?
threw away recently?
No, well, I won't allow him to throw it out, but I have many things that Matthew wants to throw out because my
Like?
dad constantly for my birthday will give me weird things for the kitchen. We still have if you're having a patio party and you have little drawers in this oven where everybody puts their egg and their cut up peppers and everything, and then you close the drawer of your omelet. It's like a friend's omelet maker, and everyone has their own drawer.
It's like a dresser, but for omelets. Oh my God!
For all the patio parties that you guys are
super
having?
weird.
How many times have you used
We've
it?
never. It's still in the box.
Oh, you know what Catherine threw out of mine?
What?
So I make a lot of shish kebab, right? And I don't like long skewers. I like half-size skewers.
Okay.
They're easier to cook. It's one serving per person. You can get a half piece of chicken per skewer, right? They just cook better. So I have just regular size skewers, and I just keep them in the drawer. They're in a bag. The bag folds over. There's a little piece of tape on it and everything else. I go in the bag. I get it, everything. And then I don't know what was happening. She cleaned up. Something happened. I opened the drawer yesterday, and I go, babes, where's the bag that all my shish kebab skewers were in? She's like, I don't know. And I go, but I now have 75 tiny little pieces of wood that are just thrown in the drawer.
Oh, no.
That were in a bag. I'm like, I understand you cleaning things up and having a bag in the drawer looks messy, but the bag was holding 75 wooden skewers. The bag is now gone. Not only is the bag gone, the bag it was in is gone. I double bagged it when I put it in the drawer, and I tucked it in the corner.
Took all the skewers out?
And just threw them in the drawer and threw the bag away.
But that seems like it would cause more of a mess.
Thank you. Thank you. But she doesn't make shish kebab, so it's not her problem.
You clean it up.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened to the bag, but it's gone.
Is there anything in the condo, Maury, that Matthew owns that you've wanted to throw away that you can't?
Oh, God,
Or he won't
so
allow?
many things. Things with suction cups and all kinds of things.
Things with suction cups.
Like what?
Excuse me? Whisper it in my ear, but don't get too close. Yeah, don't say that. Is that yours or his?
That's his, but he wants to throw out my brown spoon, too.
Your brown spoon?
Yeah, don't want to know.
Don't want to know.
It's a spoon that's made out of cork that I had when I was a kid that nobody's allowed to use.
Is that because do you remember Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? Do you remember that movie?
No.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? Okay, so Steve Martin played a character. I think the character's name was Ruprecht. And he pretended to be, I don't know, like disabled or something.
Okay.
And they go to a dinner party. And Steve Martin is playing Ruprecht, and his hair is all down. And Ruprecht can't be trusted to not hurt himself. So he's eating dinner, and he has a fork. But on the end of his fork is a wine cork.
Oh, no.
So he can't hurt himself. That's what I imagine Maurice.
That's what, like when I was in high school.
That's what I imagine your cork spoon looks like.
That reminds me when I was in high school, and because I was in special ed,
Yeah.
and we had special pencils that we had to use that only we had. That don't look at me and laugh. And at the end of the pencil, it had like a little square on it to help you with your writing.
Oh, like one of those little rubber triangle things?
Yo, my
that it
kid has
fit-
one of those. Yeah, learning to use a pencil. Or a pen.
How old's your kid, Cruz?
He's 3.
How old were you when you used it?
Like 14.
Okay.
Mike asks, what is
They
something
help,
you
though.
learned from each other? For example, what is something Roz has learned from Mocha or Maury? And do you think that you're a better person now than you were 11 years ago because of the Roz and Mocha Show?
I will answer the last question first. Yes, I think I'm a much better person than I was 11 years ago because
Same.
of this show. Yes, absolutely.
I think we can all say the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just comes with age, right?
But what have I learned from you, Mocha, and Maury? What have I learned from Maury? Like something that has impacted me where I've been like, oh, look at that. That's interesting. And then I've started doing that thing in my life, or something that I learned.
Like what you don't want to become?
I don't know what I've learned. What have I learned from you? And I'm not trying to goof on you here, but what have I learned from you?
There has to be something. We'll get back to it in like 10 podcasts from now.
Okay.
How about you go, Maury?
Yeah.
What is something you've learned?
I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about money.
Okay.
No,
You
this is,
haven't?
no.
You're still
I may
dead-ass
have-
broke.
I may have learned something.
But he still makes the same poor choices.
Right.
Right. Yes.
Like I now know what I'm doing is wrong.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and organization and people skills.
You got to start implementing some of these things that you've learned, man.
Yeah, that is true. There's a difference between like knowing something and then using that skill.
Yeah, man. You can't just learn it and not use it. These are things to help. They're designed to help.
Anything else?
No, that's good.
Have you learned anything, Mocha? What have you learned?
I would say I learn from you because I find that I could be naive, right?
Okay.
And I will take things for the way it's presented to me.
Right.
So what I find that I've learned from you is to look at the bigger picture and maybe not believe everything.
Right.
And ask more questions. To
Right.
keep asking questions.
I think that's it. Yeah. And which is funny because I've learned that I've been more tuning into that, especially over the last couple of years, where usually the first time you hear about anything is just not accurate.
Yeah.
And
Don't take things for face value.
Yeah.
basically.
And whether that's even, rumors or somebody going at somebody else or, my God, like casting news, all those things, like everything has a much bigger aspect to it.
Yeah.
But people like to focus on the details because the details are really, really easy to express and they're spread and they're very easy to digest as opposed to sitting down and trying to figure out exactly what is going on with any sort of one situation or story.
The guy that owns Amazon,
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Chris asks, why does Roz pronounce it Jeff Bezos when it's Jeff Bezos?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't
it's
know.
Bezos.
Okay, whatever.
There's a would you rather here from Steven or
Okay.
Stefan. Would you rather be blind but have super hearing like Daredevil or be deaf and have x-ray vision like Superman? So you want x-ray vision or do you want super hearing? For me, I think I would want the super hearing.
So you'd rather be blind?
Yeah, and have super hearing.
Not me, man.
No, I want to. No, I need
Not
to be
me.
able to see.
Oh, wait, no, hold on.
I can still watch a movie and read subtitles. I can
Now that
still.
I'm thinking about doing this show,
Yeah.
I'm going to change my answer.
Okay. So
I'd rather be. Oh, wait,
No, you
how
can't
am I
be.
going to
You
do the
can
show?
be deaf.
X-ray vision. I'd
What,
rather.
are you going to wear headphones just for the look?
Yeah, that is true. So I guess like I'm just trying to picture what my life would be like as it stands right now. How would I be able to do the show?
Well, you're
not mute.
You could do the show. Like you could do the show blind, right? You just
Yes.
couldn't operate any of the stuff. You'd sit in another chair. Somebody would do all that work for you. You
Right.
still could do the show blind. You couldn't read anything, but I guess we could figure out a way to have you
Braille.
read something.
Braille. I'd learn, yeah.
But do we have a Braille printer? We'd have to get a Braille printer. We'd have to do all this stuff. But we would do all that stuff. We would do all that stuff.
So then maybe I'll
100%.
stay blind but have super hearing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, I would not to me there are I immediately don't think about this is okay, what did I learn from you is that Mocha always you're so compassionate when it comes to letting us down, right? And being able to perform the job that you need to perform. Where when somebody asks me whether I would be blind or deaf, thinking about how I'm going to do this job is like the last thing I think about.
Right.
Right? Where
Yeah.
you, it's the first thing you think about.
Yeah.
For me, it's the last thing I think about. I just think about, okay, I'm at home. It's Sunday. I want to watch a movie with my family. Right?
Yeah.
Right? What am I going to do? And I'm like, I would choose deaf. So I can still watch the movie and read the
And enjoy
subtitles
it, yeah.
and enjoy
Okay.
enjoy the movie. There's too many things I like to look at that I would miss. There's not many things I like to hear. Like I would have to take, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Like I would have to take too many phone calls with Maury if I was blind, right? I would have way too many conversations with Maury if I was blind, right? Because we wouldn't be able to just shoot each other looks and understand what we mean through a glass window. He'd always creep up behind you and then just be, excuse me.
And then that's super hearing too.
Yes, and
Oh,
then-
it's
I'm
so
like,
loud in your
it's so
head.
loud. So I think that if I was blind, I would have to have way too many actual conversations with Maury. Where if I was deaf, the conversations would almost completely cease and we would just communicate over written word, text, emails, everything else.
Damn it, Maury?
Oh, I would absolutely want the X-ray vision. I want to see what's in the men's locker room, not hear it.
Ew.
Okay, next question. I don't want to ask. I don't want to know. Tixiana has here another would you rather. Okay,
for God's sake, people.
Listen to this one, though.
This Ask Roz and Mocha section may be my least favorite we've ever done.
Would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales?
Well, fur, obviously.
Fur, because you can shave it off.
Thick fur. But no, but you would still have like that fur base, right?
That's fine. I'd still shave it down.
See, because I immediately assumed that you're kind of like an animal and it's easier to lick yourself clean with fur than with scales.
Like all over your face, though. Like you would look like a full animal, like a werewolf.
Yeah, where scales, you look like some sort of fish man.
Oh, yeah, but you can't cuddle up with scales.
No, not at all.
Like your wife would hug you if you were furry.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It'd be quite comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know if your wife would hug you if you were scaly.
I don't think so, because that would just feel like maybe you're getting cut.
Yeah, but
It
there's
wouldn't feel
also
nice.
no, but see the thing is like with a fish that's scaly, sometimes it's really, really smooth.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not even that it's rough, but sometimes scales can be really, really smooth. And I don't know if that's a good
Like
feeling.
too smooth.
Too smooth. Right? Like sometimes you can be too smooth.
Avery says here, not sure if anyone asked, but if Roz was gay and single, would he date Dan and Maury?
What does the matter with you jackasses? I hate all of you.
Katie asks, when you're home alone and you decide to order in, what is your go-to meal?
Obviously, pierogies.
Where do you get your pierogies from?
Loaded pierogi.
So you get the same spot all the time?
Always. And they're called the Miss Piggies.
Yeah. Well, so how do they do them up?
I only get the boiled ones. You could do either or, where it's fried, but traditional boiled ones.
And then what are the toppings you put on them?
There's bacon bits and the sour cream.
Yeah. Onion or no onion?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The onion.
Okay, cool.
Or if not
called
that,
what? The Miss Piggy?
That's the Miss Piggy, yeah.
Okay.
If not that, then Jack Astor's chicken fingers and fries.
Right. How does that work? Do they travel well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
1,000%.
So even though it's delivery, it's still okay?
I'm fine with if they're a little bit, if they're not super hot, like if they're a little cold, that's fine.
That seems so expensive to me to order that stuff. Like how much what are you paying total if you order just like a single thing of pierogies for
Legit,
yourself?
I don't know. I just hit the button. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to say like probably $25
Oh, yeah.
is what you're paying for that.
That's
a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot getting Uber.
What's your go-to?
I used to have many go-tos, and then I've started to wean myself off of Uber Eats.
Okay.
I was doing sometimes Uber Eats 4 nights a week.
Oh, boy,
At the beginning when it was real cheap, when I would
before COVID.
Yeah. No. I mean last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last year, even a year and a half ago, it was much cheaper than it is now. Or anyway, it seemed it was much cheaper.
But they didn't have the service charges.
Yeah, right. So there's that. I would get tacos. Tacos were always great because that's something that I never had all the ingredients for in the house, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, do we want tacos? If I want to make tacos, I'm going to have to go buy 6 things. So tacos getting delivered by Uber Eats was always a huge hit. Wings, always a huge hit. But even now, wings, I looked at a place on Uber the other day to just get a double order of wings.
Yeah.
Right? Because me and Rox are going to have wings and I don't have any wings in the house to cook. A double order of wings without fries or anything else was $35.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
$35.
Yeah, with nothing else?
With nothing else for 2 wings. Every now and then we get a special. Like if I have a discount, we'll get burgers.
Yeah.
Right? Every now and then if we want burgers. But other than that, I don't really do anything. I will order fries and 4 chicken souvlaki sticks. I'll do that sometimes because I like the tzatziki that they bring with it. But other than that, I'm pretty much off Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Like really I am. We ordered a pizza the other night and I ordered it by calling the store.
Old school.
Old school. Yeah.
When did we ordered pizza recently, and the great thing about it is when they deliver, they call you to say, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
And they leave it on the front step and
Yeah.
everything's sealed up. And then the driver, he'll stand on the driveway and be like, he'll wave.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, your pizza's there. And I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. So, yeah, I can't remember the last time we've used.
See, that works well in your neighborhood, not in my neighborhood.
Oh, it'll be gone in a second.
It's gone. If it's not the raccoons, it's something else.
We
Someone
haven't
else.
used like Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes in like
And forever,
since
right?
the pandemic started.
Yeah. We'll call like in advance and when we're walking the dog, we'll just go and pick up the food.
Yeah.
Like you save so much money that way if we wanted to treat ourselves, but we've cut way back on delivery.
Yeah, because it can get so expensive.
We used to also do pad thai. And one order of pad thai was like $25.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
our
nuts.
go-to is a typical like sushi. There's a sushi place near us that we love. Pizza, and what else have we? That's really been. Anytime we order out, it's usually either sushi or pizza.
We did burgers one night a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago. We did burgers. It's me, Catherine, and Roxy. 3 burgers. I always get a double. 3 burgers. 2 fries, 2 gravy, and we got 3 chicken fingers, right? We got a 3-pack of chicken fingers. It was $80.
Holy cow.
For the 3 of us.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
You
it was
could've bought-
$80. It was $80 for the 3 of us.
You could have made all of that stuff from scratch for less.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like $76 with all the other charges and everything else
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's too
Oh,
expensive.
It's like a night out.
It's too expensive.
Yeah.
It's
Ordering
crazy.
in should be, cheaper than
I could have
sitting on a patio having all that stuff.
I could if I wanted to order like barbecue, like if I wanted to order ribs or whatever it was, go to any of those barbecue places that deliver, it would be cheaper. I could go to the grocery store, buy a rack of ribs, then go to Canadian Tire and buy a small barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
For cheaper than what it is to order a rack of ribs on Uber Eats.
Probably.
100%.
Kara says here, Roz, are you cutting your hair anytime soon? What's the plan here? You're sexy either way, but I would just like to know how far you are taking this.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get it cut this week. But I already cut it. I already got my COVID cut.
I was going to say, I like your hair long.
Yeah, I got it cut already, but I'm going to go and just get it cut a little bit.
I don't think you should cut it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's getting real long, though.
Does Catherine like it?
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She
I'm
has
trying to
just
grow
no
mine to
opinions
that
about
length.
So you want yours to this length?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are you going to do about the curls, though?
Well, I assume.
But didn't you just get it cut?
No, he's only cutting the sides. He's not touching the top. And he tells me that as it continues to grow, like it'll just not be as curly as.
So, wait, are you going to continue to cut the sides?
Yeah.
So, but you want my hair?
But no, just the top part, right? Like it's going to grow back, like from the front.
Like a mullet?
No.
No. Like a
Like, are you
mushroom
gonna
cut kind of thing.
Like you want short on the sides and then long on the top.
Yeah. and
But
then
what
it
about the
flops
back?
Either way.
What about the back? Where does that end?
No, the back will just be from the top.
So, okay, so you basically like just want a circular patch of hair on the top of your head to grow long, and everything else is
Wow,
short,
anything to cover that bald spot, huh?
right? Is that what it is?
It seems that way, yes.
Yeah. So you just want that. You just want that.
Yes, the top to grow to the back.
just from here to grow all the way down here.
And
then here, the sides are shaved.
And then you put it in a ponytail.
You want a ponytail?
Well, first it'll be a man bun.
Oh wow! I don't even.
But in the back, are you shaving the back at the same height as the
sides?
how
Yes.
you're shaving the sides?
Yes. Yeah. So, but why did you just say that you want hair like mine then?
Yeah, I take that back.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it really hurts my feelings when you say I'm gonna grow my hair like Roz's, and then you describe something that I would never do.
Completely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Quite the opposite.
like the
of
exact
what you're trying
opposite
to do.
of what I did. No, I love long hair. I had long hair for most of my life, and to get it cut, I'm working from home. I'm doing all that other stuff,
Yeah.
so it's really not a priority. But I have some stuff I got to do this week, so I got to go in for a trim. But no, I'm not going to cut it short.
What does Matthew think of the new style?
He hates
or
it.
what you're going for? Oh,
He
really?
says I look like I'm somebody from the mafia.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Terrifying. At Kiss925 on Instagram is where you'll find us. That is where we post a picture that reads, Ask Roz and Mocha. Feel free to get your questions out on there.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.